You roll an 8 twice.
My music is slightly too loud. I need to turn it down.
Yeah, it is.
Was we rolling for recap?
Yeah.
I'm not doing it today.
I rolled a 15.
Okay.
Oh my god.
For a second, I thought this was copyrighted music.
I
Oh my
hope
god,
it's
I'm holding
not.
coffee and I keep sneezing.
Stop it. All this music is supposed to be royalty free.
I like how the first 30 seconds of the stream is people burping and sneezing.
What else
You
would
could
people
stop
expect
doing
when they
both.
come here?
You could stop doing both and then it would be over.
Incorrect. And I heard someone else burp too. It's not just me. That's
Oh, that was me.
I know. I wasn't gonna call you out, but I know.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Hee. You're welcome. I've known you for too long to be mean. You will just kill my character.
And it'll make it look like an accident, too.
No, he won't. He wants me
Okay,
to
so
know.
Greg shows up to the rest of the group in the middle of the session and is dead.
Alright,
And
Greg wakes
randomly-
up dead.
Randomly, a slightly larger boulder wanders out of a back room, carrying Greg, and dumps him into the magma.
Now the question is, do you use the diamonds to revivify Greg, or do you use them to revivify the hot boy?
Hot boy.
Greg's lighter weight, so hot guy.
Actually, wait, I forgot. Greg,
But
you
if I
don't have to
rage-
spend the diamonds to revivify Greg.
Yay!
Oh, yeah,
of your
'cause of his-
subclass.
Angie boy.
Oh yeah, so no diamonds, and if I, like, start screaming and go into a rage during it, I cannot die.
Rages so hard, collapses of death afterwards.
I can crawl out and then go, heal me! A half-melted frog.
I'm pretty sure you can still die for now. Eventually, you get endless rage and cannot die. But
But
you are
not if
very
I
much
say.
still mortal.
We got black charred bone on
But-
like the left
but
side
I
of his
said so.
face. And he's just like, heal me!
Heal me, please! And they're like, oh man, better get this man a sandwich or something.
Look,
A sandwich of healing.
I can keep you alive, but like I can't fix any of that. Like gestures to the whole part of the melted face.
You'll just start wheeling
Just
Greg
gestures to
around.
Greg.
Can't fix any of that.
We just treat it like a husky sled. They'll just kind of lay Greg on it, and someone drags it around.
Oh, I missed something here because for a second there I thought you were saying Greg was the husky sled.
Yeah. If Greg's not like half burnt to death, sure.
Greg gets tied to a group of like 4 or 5 mastiffs, which are the closest thing in D&D.
Oh,
He
I'm
just
sorry.
gets
Can
dragged
we
and
not
everyone else is
homebrew
standing
dogs?
on top of... No, absolutely not. I
We
got
can
it,
make
I'm
whole
gonna
new
drop it.
monsters, but we can't go slightly smaller dog.
Correct.
I would
Okay,
advise you to look at Twitch chat.
I see
What's-
that. I need
I would
coffee.
encourage
Bruh.
others.
Okay, I think... Okay, wait, who rolled the lowest?
Not
I assume it was, Wolf, based on the face that he is making.
Wolf,
You
what'd you
roll,
roll?
Wolf? Camera froze?
Oh?
He froze.
He froze. We
Wolf,
were like,
what'd
would
you
you roll? And he just disappeared. Wolf. What
Oh,
did
you
you
rolled a-
roll?
Is it the one in
is
roll
happening?
20? Wolf? He has not been paying attention this entire
Wolf.
time.
Wolfie boy.
Whoa.
We can't hear you.
Yeah.
I feel like he muted us.
What did you roll?
Oh, 13.
Dang it!
You're talking about for the thing of the week?
Yeah, the recap.
Yes.
Tuvala, what did you roll?
Rolled an 8 with advantage.
13.
Oh.
No
Because I
recap
rolled
for
an
me.
8 the first time.
Oof.
Okay, well, get ready for a recap. I'm gonna run the intro.
But I
We
think
are
it's
back.
funny that I've made it this far.
That light off so that camera balance. Welcome back, one and all, to the guild. On last week's stream, I'm going to do a messily compiled together recap because I was like, there's no way I'll get it twice. I did. Starting off our session, Greg got distracted. Though he is immune to the effects of alcohol and most poisons, he is not immune to the vibes.
I am a
Therefore,
party man.
began dancing wildly at the tavern that we kind of decided to leave him at, while attempting to pursue a second, sorry, I forgot a name, Yuritora, that we happened to notice was walking with the Wizarding Whirlpool Academy, that was, I guess, field tripping in our new Dwarven land. Following them, but I guess eventually kind of deciding to let them get away because we stumbled upon a few friends. One we met while at, our Day of Ash celebration.
I'm so glad to know that y'all literally just gave it up while I wasn't here.
We fully intended on going that way, but we heard there was trouble at the forge, and that was a bit more interesting, at least to me, in the moment. Because there's a massive volcano helping to power these forges, and something was stopping it. We heard from our friend, and decided to go check it out. We were basically told that, hey, if you can figure out what's going on with our forge, we'll give you the money that you're seeking, or diamonds that you're seeking. Exploring into a tunnel that was basically a funnel for the lava flow,
The funnel.
the funnel tunnel, we stumbled upon some little pretty decent sized magma toads that we later learned were named boulders. An awesome creation by our DM, by the way.
Thank you.
I kind of soloed this one and I feel a little bad about it, but Tuvala essentially decided to turn into a boulder and attempt to disrupt their nest, initially by dismantling the boulders that were damming up the lava flow, allowing it all to flow down, and then eventually convincing all of these toads to go out of the lava flow and into their own separate forge mechanisms so that they would be out of the way of the flow. Essentially, just kind of telling the doors, hey, they're not where they used to be anymore, so fork it up. They then agreed to pay us. I'm probably missing some details,
You're there.
but I
you're the
believe
boulder
that's
queen
my
now.
recap.
They agreed to pay you less money in diamonds or more money in gold.
But we needed the diamonds.
But you chose the 250 gold worth of diamonds rather than the 500 worth of gold. But yes. So, the three of you and your Yuritora, so technically the four of you, are walking back towards the kind of main political building of Taylor Break, which is the architects, or the House of the Architects. It's this large carved stone building with intricate dwarven insignias and runes lacing the outside. It's a several-story tall building. It's probably about 5 or 6 stories tall. And you're kind of walking that direction when you're passing the main hub street of the city that y'all initially came down. Before Tuvala, what is your passive perception?
Passive perception. That's gonna be 19.
19. You hear from down the road, a ruckus, I guess is a good word to say. It sounds like a crowd, just not running or stampeding or anything, but all like a crowd of like 100 dwarves all yelling. You can make me a perception check to make out what they're yelling if you would like.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. And 15.
A 15? Stella, you can as well if you would like, since you are also very perceptive.
Very well. A20.
Hi, Mom. Thank you for telling everyone that it is my birthday tomorrow.
20.
Hee hee hee.
Happy birthday,
Wolf,
Happy birthday.
you're kind of cutting in and out. I don't know if that's just on my end or not, but
I'm
That
losing
might
it
be
too.
my end. I've been cleaning in, so things are not all hooked up the way they normally are.
gotcha. So both of you hear this crowd, and it's very strange, but you just hear Greg, 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 and it's getting louder and louder.
Greg.
That's what I was scared of.
Just looking down the street, you see this crowd of like 100 dwarves, and in the center of them, you see your party member Greg being basically crowd surfed down the main street.
Oh gosh.
How's the weather up there, little one?
Greg's also gonna be sitting there going, Greg, 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 Greg. Like, just happy to be a part of it.
Amazing.
Yup.
Goodness. Oh, what has he got himself into?
I would also like to know.
You see, as they get closer and closer, you see, one of... It's an important looking figure, though you do not know him, and he's got, like, regal armor, almost like he's a guard, but he's not dressed like the normal guards, but he kind of walks up to the group, and you see most of them stop. They're still chanting, but they stop walking forward. And you see a little bit of conversation back and forth, but with your passive perception, they're not hiding it. You hear the guard is like, what is the meaning of this? Why are you all chanting Greg walking down the street? And you hear the guard at the front stops his chanting and is conversing with the guard and goes, Greg, the small frog one, beat the all-time dwarven record for most drinks in under an hour without passing out. And
Legend
you hear
frog.
a little bit more, there's a little bit more conversation, and you hear something along the lines of like, 213? In an
Dear
hour? As all of you know, but the dwarves don't know, Greg is immune to alcohol.
I don't think we should say anything.
No,
I
I
mean,
wouldn't take this from him for
it's
the world.
probably convincing because I started to drink. I finished the drink that was just everything on the mat, and I went, I've got this, and just shotgunned the rest of it.
Yeah.
So
that
they
was
wouldn't
number
know.
one of 213.
Yeah.
Once you got past like 5, you started getting free drinks from every dwarf who just wanted to watch you get drunk and pass out, and it just didn't work.
It just never happened, yeah.
Yeah, so Greg is now sitting on top of a crowd of 100 dwarves, give or take, chanting
What
his own
time
name.
is it, by the way?
It's like 6 p.m., maybe 5 p.m.
But
Which means it's almost time for the bar to open again.
I don't think they close. I think they're just night bars and day bars.
Yeah, but the night bars are the good ones.
Tuvala's gonna like lightly kind of motherly stomp over to the I'm assuming couple people that he's now just kind of like sitting on the shoulders of. And Greg, what did we say about moderation?
I didn't.
I see that.
You see,
Well-
all of them are just like, Greg, looking at the tall owl lady now, like, still chanting, but is thoroughly confused.
I'm about to say, keep in mind, I'm assuming on a dwarf's shoulders.
So I'm almost shoulder height.
Yeah, you're like almost to my height. So I'm just looking down. Just, how dare you?
Greg is a hero.
Well, while you were busy doing that, we were being a hero elsewhere.
Okay, but Greg didn't even have to leave to be a hero. You nerds had to go find something.
Well, you missed all of the other frogs we met anyway.
None of the frogs live up here. It's too dry.
these
No, they
frogs
were.
lived in the lava.
No. No.
They did, Greg. They're called boulders.
You're called a liar. Okay? People tell all the little tadpoles about boulders when they're little so they don't wander off out of the swamp and get killed.
Wait,
Hey, Mize, this door's...
what?
Wait, I just realized. I'm sorry. Never mind. Ignore me. Continue.
Okay.
Were it not a waste of my wild shape, I would turn into one now and show you.
Do you think the best way to prove to me that something is real is for you to magic make one?
You can only wild shape into things that you've seen, though.
That's what I'm saying.
I hit things with a stick. I don't care about your special magic tricks, and I do not have to believe you. I will not be
Well-
made a fool of in my moment of victory.
We could
Greg
Maybe
just,
you didn't get
succeeded as the town drunk, and Greg will not be embarrassed by believing your falsehoods.
we could just go show him.
Maybe you didn't get drunk, but you did gain an attitude, mister. Get down off that dwarf's shoulder right now and come with me.
I will not.
Yeah, you heard him.
Is Greg poisoning me?
All of the feathers just flew up to. Well then,
Oh yeah, no. All the
fine.
every single dwarf that Greg has touched is now considered poisoned for the next 24
I
hours.
just think that I've drank so much that it's seeping out of me.
Gosh.
it could be. Genuinely,
Actually, yeah.
frogs do everything through their skin. It probably is coming
The
out.
dwarves touching me are lightly poisoned and also lightly intoxicated. It seems Greg has won.
To those who are interested in following, I do believe we have somewhere to go to collect.
By the way, Greg, we got all the diamonds we need.
Hooray!
You know how we got them?
Does this mean we get the pretty man back?
It does, but only if you come look and believe in boulders. You have to come
What, a
see
week's
them.
travel back
I will
home?
not- I will not be embarrassed in the town of my success. I will not follow your wild goose chase to magic rock frogs that do not exist.
I love it so much.
All self-respecting grung know that boulders are a lie. And I will not believe you,
I mean,
but I will accompany you home because I live there.
time is of the essence. We really do need to get it back.
Greg agrees. Maybe if Tavalla would stop being a meanie, we could go ahead and leave.
Fine, fine. We still have to collect before we leave.
I do recommend it, as that is the entire point of y'all coming here.
Higher point.
Greg can escort you. And
No.
he's gonna like wiggle to turn in the general direction. He doesn't know where we're going, but he's just guessing. And being like, Greg! And just starts him up again.
Greg! They all just
Yeah.
start wandering down a random street.
Is it the right one? Absolutely not.
You know what? Greg, make a d20 or roll a...
Yes,
kind of
go get the skills and the materials all right now in this second to go make your own d20.
Y'all joke,
I was
but
gonna
they
say
bought
make me a
pressure
d20
pot.
roll, but...
You
go
know,
ahead and roll me...
We're gonna start making dice? No, go do it right now.
What would this be?
No clue.
Give me a perception check. That's...
Perception. Alright. Here we go. Oh, y'all are gonna be so pissed at me.
Again?
Because I've
More?
got a +3 and I rolled a 17.
Greg immediately leads the crowd of
I
100 dwarves directly towards the building that y'all need to go to.
Greg is a goddamn hero. This town belongs to him.
It would have been better if Greg accidentally went directly to the boulders.
That would be really funny.
No, absolutely
there-
not.
Are there any boulders adorning this building?
No.
Make a perception check.
A gargoyle?
Check.
You want to show me a stone
Gargle, you
statue?
reminded me! You reminded
16.
me! Okay, so,
What would you say that was?
16.
16? There doesn't seem
Yeah.
to be any.
I have a new goal in this entire game, and it is legitimately to go get boulder gargoyles, because Tara doesn't actually know this yet, but I'm gonna share it anyway, because, Midas doesn't know how to keep secrets, and he gets excited and just wants to tell things, like, not actual story things. I know nothing about this world, like, as far as, like, secrets. I don't know the secrets. He's really good about those parts. But, like, when it comes to, like, creating a new little frog, by the way, if you didn't know, the picture of the boulder is now his screensaver on his phone. He's obsessed.
They're amazing.
Reasonably so. They're pretty great, yeah.
Anyway, so the little boulders, if they don't keep, like, if they're in a volcano and the volcano, like, goes dormant and it doesn't have the live magma, then they don't have the, like, they sit in the lava so that their, like, external temperature is the same as their internal temperature. And if they don't have that external temperature, then Dr. Fat Bear, hi.
Oh, hi,
Welcome
Fat
back,
Bear.
Dr. Fat Bear.
But anyway, if they don't have that, then they will literally petrify themselves. So, within this entire world, if we go into a cave system, and that cave system used to be a volcano, we will find little stone statues of boulders. And it is now my goal game to go into these caves, find them, load them up into a cart and a horse, and take them back to the apiary and have little gargoyles, little
Question.
boulder gargoyles.
Wouldn't taking
Horrifying.
like the still warmed ones
Wait.
have the same effect?
Wait, what?
Taking the ones
Yes.
that are still moving and putting them in a place that's cold would have the same effect.
Yeah, but
you
then
kill
you have
them.
the
I want the
guilt of
ancient
it.
ones that died and have a history, not ones that I killed myself.
Did
And-
they clarify them that if you
Right.
reheat, they come back to life, like hibernating?
It's definitely possible.
Which means you're choosing to prolong their suffering and remove them from their natural habitat?
I'm a druid. I can make fire.
For how long?
It's fire.
I have a give me a sec, what's it called?
I vote we
I
get a
actually don't have-
microwave and
I
one
have a
boulder.
flint and steel, I can make a fire. I have a tinderbox, I can make a fire.
just puts a boulder in a really big microwave. The microwave explodes because they have a little bit of metallic content.
We can make a pizza oven. Like one of the stone ones and just take him in and out with a paddle.
That would be amazing.
Oh, guys, the frog's done.
So as y'all are approaching this building, Tuvala, give me a perception check real quick.
Oh, the one that I rolled earlier, the 16?
No, a new one.
Okay.
This is for something new.
24.
24. That's really good. Okay, so the group of 100 dwarves does stay outside as the guards say no. As most of them are very drunk. But they put Greg down on the ground and kind of bow in reverence to him.
Not awkwardly bow back.
But as the four of you go to, or the five of you, because Yuritora is with you, and I keep forgetting, as the five of you go to enter, Tuvala, you notice, you take a quick glance up the side of the building, and you see a window on about the third or fourth floor. I'll say third, because it doesn't matter that much. Is open, and you see a single black feather currently falling.
Like on
And then-
the third.
It is the third floor.
Uh-huh.
And then as you kind of enter the large wooden doors of the building, you see there is currently a group of, I believe it's 6 of the Whirlpool Wizarding Academy students talking with a dwarf that seems to be giving like a small tour. You do not see Ediril with them though, just the 6 students and the dwarf.
Would I recognize this feather as anything particular, or is it just...
It's pretty
feather.
distinct. It is an owlin feather, and yeah.
Well, in interest of being transparent, unlike some in our group,
I'm going
Yuritora looks up.
directly at Tara.
Translucent, thank you very much.
that was a good one. That was a good one. I appreciate that one.
Yep, you're welcome.
I
Putting
did.
putting that in the reels for later. Yeah. Friends, I have reason for concern. I've seen too many signs that a enemy of mine is in this city.
I'm gonna raise
And-
my hand.
Yes, dear.
Is it the one that you were a cat and he figured it out because you weren't a very good cat and then I jumped into the ocean?
Yes, Greg. It was when I was a cat.
Alright. Greg knows who it is.
Anyway, in the event that I call upon you, I may need your aid in battle.
That you hired me for that, yes. That is why we are here. That is how we met.
I am asking our 2 friends that are unfamiliar, Greg.
Have you hired them as well?
We are friends and we are a group.
That is not the same as hiring.
It is not. These are
Greg does-
concepts we will explore later, my dear.
Greg does good in a fight, and Greg gets a berry. Are you asking them to fight without the reward berry?
The problem is I don't have a good parry up right now.
Greg just thinks that it's a bit rude.
They will be compensated, my dear.
If you want, that feather was close enough to you for you to easily grab if you would like.
Yeah, sure.
To
I'd like
show
to
or
grab it.
keep. Just for your information, it was close enough for you to grab. And then also, now that you're kind of standing in the main large marble floored foyer of this building, you can see opposite of the building of you is the group of students, where you do see a second visage of Yuritora. And if you look at your own, even with a super low passive insight, she looks incredibly uncomfortable and is very slowly backing towards the door.
Means
Greg
that
has
she's
a
not the
concern.
real one. Attack her.
Greg has a concern.
Keep my tongue tied. I don't want to let off.
Anyone can feel free to talk to her. I've been talking a lot. I feel bad.
Yuritora.
Yeah.
Okay, go back rooms. Whisper creepily.
Fire.
Let's
Sorry.
at least get our pay before any of the
I
battles.
was about to say, I literally just got here.
Wolf, if you were speaking, I can barely hear you.
Heard that.
One, yes, I would be more than happy to help. 2, we should probably get the diamonds.
True.
Okay. Looking about, you do see Gronmit, the guy who is working on getting your payment, currently over at one of the desks, conversing with someone behind the desk. He is there with Gamma Frosthand, who you met earlier. And then, yeah, I mean, there's other people in the building if you want to go about and talk. This building is kind of, so the room that you're in right now is front to back, and then there's a large archway on the left and the side, or the left and the right sides of the building. So it kind of splits off into like a west and an east wing. But with this main room, it goes all the way to the back of the building, where you can see there's like cases, and it looks like there's almost like a small museum-like thing, probably of important political artifacts or items. And that is currently where the students are. And you see like a younger dwarven lady currently giving like a small tour and explaining a bunch of stuff. Okay.
So Yuritora does see Yuritora.
It appears so.
And what if we
Wait,
just
which Yuritora sees which
pretend
Yuritora?
we don't?
Slightly
The one that
confused.
you're with looks incredibly nervous.
someone
Okay,
just
when we're
scream
with Cisco.
Yuratora so they both have to look and we don't have to keep track of who knows?
Oh, I think it might be best.
Okay, I'll look at the one that's in our group. And dear, did you see her?
Did I see who?
We know you saw her. You saw the other Yuritora. We know there's 2. We know you've been playing a game. We would really like your transparency at this point, considering we are in the hands of now the money to save your brother. Do you care to save your brother? Is this something that you actually care about? Is that What's
I mean, I really do want to save him. Don't get me wrong. But I'm sorry. I'm not playing a game with you guys.
Is this something you know about?
Is what something I know about?
There's
A
2.
second version of yourself.
Oh, okay, yes. But this is gonna maybe sound weird. I'm the second version?
kind of figured that, sweet?
That was expected.
That's the original, and she points over towards the group of students. And I just wasn't expecting to run into her, and the bigger problem, I haven't told her about Lionel yet.
I'm aware. I spoke with
So she's aware of you?
As far as I understand, yeah.
Did she make you?
That is unclear.
Can get her.
Please don't.
I
She would
agree.
want to help too.
I think it might be better if we wait till after.
Would you
her
disappear if
brother's
we did?
Actually, she's gonna make an Arcana check to see if she knows. I haven't the slightest idea. I've never created a me before.
Also, I don't think I brought it up, but I did actually talk with Yuri Tora when I noticed it was two of you. I mean, I talked with the other Yuri Tora. I just asked if
Oh.
she knew, and she didn't understand, so I assumed you hadn't told her.
Well, also, I mean, and this is just me, but I'm also her. That is kind of a very broad question, so you may have just legitimately confused her. Granted, I don't think she knows about Lionel, because I haven't told her. I don't think any of you have told her. And I don't know of many other people that know anyway.
Is it? Iratora just a teleportation magic student? Isn't
Oh, no, we specialize in abjuration magics.
Greg does not know what that is.
Protection magic. And she holds up her, little ward. She goes, see, this can protect people. Specifically me, but eventually I can make it... Well, it works best for me, but I can use it to protect others.
This is a war pick for that.
Well,
Well,
should we go tell
I
Yuri
don't
Tora
think
about? Okay.
We need the diamonds no matter what we do.
all right, fine. Let's revive the brother and see how that goes. Because if we don't really need to worry her, not worry her. Yuri Tora. Okay, we're gonna call you.
Yui Tora.
Free Tua!
Yuri. Okay. We got two punny names. I was gonna go with Tui from Little Shop of Horrors.
It
But
sounds like you're spitting. Huey.
Yui. Yeah.
okay, so Tui Tora.
Do it? Do what, Fat Bear? No idea what you're talking about.
Tui Tora, you have our trust for now. We have no reason to believe that what you said was a lie. You haven't tried to stop us helping your brother. So, for now, we're going to worry about saving him, and then we will deal with the troublesome twos afterwards.
Just ask if she would like a different name.
Yeah, would you like a different name?
No, I mean, I'm Yuri Tora. I
Hey.
mean, I am her.
Tui Tora it is.
But, okay.
Greg meant more like a nickname.
Yes, would you like a nickname?
Oh,
It's like how my name is not Greg. You do not have to be Irator if you
Your
do
name's not Greg?
Here we go.
Have you ever heard a Grung speak?
Dear, please don't try to pronounce it. The last time you did, you gave me a headache.
That is why I am Greg.
you see Yuri Tora is just enthralled by this new information. Or, I'm sorry, Tui Tora.
Alright. Oh, there's so many choices. Well, I suppose if we're just keeping things calm as they are now. Oh, real quick, can I do a perception check to see if I see any more of the crates with that symbol around?
Sure, give me a perception check.
Okay, 1 That is 27.
27. You don't see anything with that symbol around. Though with the 27, keeping your eyes and ears open, you do hear as the kind of tour of the more museum side of the building finishes up with the students, you hear the dwarf kind of nervously be like, well, I don't really have anything else to show you, and she looks at the Eastern Hall, the one to your right, and she goes, your teacher is still meeting with people. Don't know when he'll be back. What do you all do for fun? Asking like a group of magical students who could each probably one-shot her.
Brave, but silly.
If you're interested, I can give brief descriptions of each of the students
Sure.
to see if any of them catch your interest. Among them you see, the first one you see is a taller, darker-skinned woman with, like, thick curly hair, standing next to the original Yuri Tora. Seems like they're kind of buddy-buddy. Then you see, and all of them are wearing matching cloaks as well, the standard issue. You also see a water genasi with kind of messy bluish-green hair and blue skin. Currently, like, tossing almost like a large drop of water back and forth between his hands. Probably using control water. You see a very pale, very tall, very like almost prim and proper elf with black hair tied back in a ponytail and two feathered earrings. You see a shorter goblin student who has terrible posture and is currently holding what looks to be like, basically, it's not too dissimilar from like those glass like balls that they used to sell on the TV.
Fushigi!
Oh.
Yeah, fushigi. He's like holding one of those, and he's just like
Jarrett,
extremely
Jarrett,
crouched
Jarrett,
over, and he's got like a patch of
Jarrett.
hair missing from his head. And then you also see about a 5'2" Kenku with like black irised eyes with like gray pupils, rather glassy eyes, kind of standing amongst the group as well. That one, the Kenku of the group is almost got a head on a swivel, more than the other ones. The other ones are either talking amongst themselves or messing with the dwarvish tour guide. But that's all the students that you see.
If one of you would like to go ask about our payment being set, I would like to go talk to the students.
I'll go
I
I'll
would-
go ask about the payment.
Okay.
I would specifically like to talk to Fushigi guy.
Okay. Okay, you walk up to the
Yeah,
group of
that's my
students, and I mean, you kind of have to talk to all of them to talk to one of them, at least to start with, as they are all in a group. But you see the dwarvish lady kind of like looks up at you and goes, "Oh, hi, are you with the students? Please tell me yes."
I can't say that I am, but I am familiar with at least some of them, especially one of you that I see over there. Hello, Yuri.
She kind of like does like a small, almost like curtsy.
Wait, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I'm assuming we kind of like hid the other.
Oh yeah, that one is absolutely hiding behind one of the like large marble pillars that dot around the building.
Okay.
Howard.
Heavy breathing, almost hyperventilating, very uncomfortable. But you see Yuritora kind of speaks up to the group of students and goes, "Oh, this is Tuvala. She works for the guild from Capital City."
Correct. Fancy seeing you here. A field
It's
trip,
nice
I
to see you
presume?
Yeah. Professor Eateril had some business in town and thought it might do us some good to learn a little bit about Taylor Break's history and political atmosphere, she says, looking at the, like, row of political documents that make up the museum.
Mm-hmm. Well, always good to expand your horizon.
And that's one way of putting it.
And the rest of you, your tour's going well.
You see they all kind of, like, nod in awkward agreement. You see the, Yuri Tora's, apparent closer friend, kind of walks up and she sticks out her hand and she goes, "Hi, I'm Clara. It's nice to meet you."
A pleasure, Clara.
Enric. She does, like, a small curtsy. She shakes your hand. She goes, "Do you happen to be from the Moontide Jungle?"
That I am. How observant of you.
I haven't met very many Owlins, but Yuri Torres told me a lot about you.
Been bragging on me, have you?
You see Yuri Tora, like, almost blushes a little bit and goes, "No?"
Well, it's a pleasure, of course. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Though, I would like to ask how... Specifically, pardon the bird brain, I like shiny things. What do you have there? And I'm gonna point to Fushigi Kid.
You see, he, like, looks up from it. He was staring into it, and he, like, looks up at you and goes, "Orb."
Orb. And what does that do, my dear?
It's focus. Used
Oh,
to
your
cast spells.
your focus. Good. Good. And
You see, he, like, leans over to the bird who has to, like, bend down really far, and he goes, "Is she talking down to me? I can't tell."
I have to look down on a few people, not due to superiority, just due to size. How long have you been with the Whirlpool Academy?
Still talking to the Fushigi.
Kid.
He goes, he's, like, trying to do mental math. He's a wizard, but he is not good with numbers. He goes, 6 years? 7 years? Something like that.
How long do students usually stay? Like,
Typically, there's not a set track. It's not like, "Oh, I'm a senior this year." It's until you are ready to go out into the world, pretty much, as a wizard.
Can I see if he is lying?
Yeah, do an insight check.
Oh, that's a 7.
It's a 7. He seems to be telling the truth. He's probably just bad at math.
Okay.
You see Yuritora kind of speaks up and goes, "Sorry, that, and she points at the goblin, goes, "That's Plobs. He's an older student. Apparently transmutation takes a little bit longer to master." She kind of smiles under her, not under her breath, that is the wrong word. She shyly smiles, trying not to get on the bad side of Plobs. She goes, "That's Plobs, that's Vide," talking about the Kinku. That is Trike.
I have a dumb. Are Kenku's the one that can only?
They're ravens, and they cannot fly.
Are they the ones that can only repeat, or are they the ones that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They can only repeat.
Okay.
Well-
Theoretically, if a Kinku got old enough and heard enough people, like, talking and heard enough, they're theoretically supposed to get pretty good at it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's only what they've picked up, so it depends how much they've picked
Yeah.
up.
Okay.
So she goes, that's Plobs the Goblin, that's Vide the Kinku, that is Trike, pointing at the Water Genasi. Obviously, this is Clara, and that is Milan, pointing at the very pale elf that seems to be almost brooding. Just like standing the farthest away from the group, looking down and looking up through his eyebrows, doing that really evil look that they do in movies.
See, the problem is, I wanted to discuss the I wanted to discuss the kid because I didn't trust him for a flippin' second, but now I feel terrible because if I don't tell Eutoria, then if she finds out later something happened to her brother, then I'm. If you would like to use this time, y'all can like move throughout the museum while I'm kind of keeping her distracted.
Okay, well, I'm trying to go get paid.
Okay, I'll go ahead and I will show you all of the NPC like cards, and she continues through her description and introductions of all of them, and she gives you like the rundown of each of them specialize in a different school of magic, and she kind of tells you what everyone's speciality is. So Blobs is the transmutation wizard, which you should be able to see now.
Uggy.
And then Vide is a divination wizard. Milan is a necromancer. Clara is an enchantment wizard.
Ooh.
And then Trike is a evocation wizard.
Why? His name should be Chad.
But yeah, so those are the introductions. You meet all the students. So, Tara, you said you want to get paid. I assume you go up to Gronmit then?
Yes.
Okay. You see, as you're kind of approaching, he's in heavy discussion with someone behind the counter. Before, are you going stealthily?
I mean, sure.
I mean, you can if you want. I was about to say he notices you and turns around, and then I was like, wait, no, Tara's a rogue. I have to ask.
I mean, let's say that, like, I'm going stealthily, but, like, not on purpose. Like, I'm just used to not making sound when I'm...
Okay. You see, he's in a heavy discussion then, before he, like, kind of starts to slowly turn around, notices you far closer to him than he ever expected, and kind of jumps back and goes, oh, okay. Sorry, didn't see you there. So, this kind lady is going to pay you in just a minute. I have some business to take care of upstairs. She's gathering your payment, and you look behind the counter and you see an older, like, elvish woman. Not elvish, I'm sorry, an older dwarvish woman, with, like, thick white hair kind of going through, and you see she has, like, an open sack. She's counting, like, 1, 2,
Chowder meme.
3, counting out individual diamonds, and calculating their worth. He goes, so, great to see y'all in town. If you want to stay, you're more than welcome to. However, I'm a bit busy. I'm gonna go up here. Come on, Gamma. And he grabs the other dwarf on the shoulder and starts heading upstairs through the eastern hall.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go lean against the counter where the woman is counting, and I'm just gonna, like,
7,
watch her.
8. Okay. Is there anything in particular that you do?
No, just kind of
Besides
lean.
intimidate
Just kind of, like, lean against the counter and just watch.
Okay. You see she gets to about, like... We'll say she gets to, like, 17, picks one up, goes, bad. Just chucks it over her shoulder and goes to the next one.
can I just be like, I gotta go use the restroom, and sneaky stealth behind her to go pick it up?
Well, behind her is like, so she's behind a desk, and it's a very big desk with a lot of dwarves behind it. So, like, yes, but it's not like she's at a tiny desk and you could just walk behind her. It's like an L desk in the corner of the room.
I will ninja my way back there, and no one will see me. And I will flip over a desk, like I will jump over a desk. I will hide. I will peek. I will crawl. I will do everything, and no one will see me. And I'm
Okay,
gonna
give me a
get.
stealth check.
Can we take the one that I just rolled earlier? Because you didn't make me roll, and I rolled for it.
Sure.
Cool, 24.
Shenanigans,
Okay.
I say.
Well,
Yeah,
he
that's
asked,
what it feels
he
like.
asked me, "Are you walking stealthily?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then I rolled for it, and then he didn't ask me for my roll, and I was like,
Okay. Sure. With the 24, you sneak back behind her, and you heard it like hit the floor, hit the wall, hit the floor again. So you sneak over to that side of the wall, just to where the East Hall, kind of the entrance to the East Hall is, and you see a small. It's like decent sized for a diamond, but I mean diamonds are small. So, but you do see it there on the ground. There are a ton of dwarves around, so if you want to try to pick it up stealthily, since it is not under anything, it is just kind of in the floor, roll me a sleight of hand check. Though you have gotten here without being seen. What'd you roll?
"I have a 12."
A 12?
I rolled a 1.
Wait, you rolled a nat 1?
Yeah.
Oh no. You know what's great for getting paid? Trying to steal from the people who are paying you.
You see, you reach your hand out to try to grab this diamond off the ground before you feel someone step on your hand. And you see, like, this bulky-looking dwarf, like, steps on your hand and then kind of picks his foot back up real quick and goes, "I am so sorry. Did not see you there. Why are you on the ground? I'm very confused."
I was about to say I dropped my contact and then realized I don't think we have contacts in
Those
this
are
world.
not a thing.
Dropped your monocle.
I dropped my glasses. I can't see without my glasses. Just Velma.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was kind of flipping my trick coin and I seem to misplaced it. Have you seen it?
Oh,
He's good. Make me a deception check.
good one.
20.
He goes, "You're what?" And takes a quick glance around. As soon as he turns around, you pocket the small diamond.
It's a trick coin, you know, like for doing magic tricks and fun, you know, flipping it through my fingers. Kind of like a normal coin, but it's just a little bit heavier. I think it rolled under a desk, but it's fine. It didn't have any sentimental
He
value.
looks under the long desk and goes, I don't see it.
It's okay. I'm sure I can find another one in the town where I'm from. It's just kind of like, you know, a kid's toy.
Okay.
Thanks, though.
Dude, no problem. Get some ice on that hand. It might hurt.
Oh, I'm good. I got, you know, playing with a trick coin, a lot of muscles and strength.
Oh, okay. You see, he's kind of blushing. He is very confused. But you pocket the small diamond. Taking a glance at it, you can definitely see why she threw it away from the original sack. I mean, it's a diamond, but you can see it's got inclusions, which are like small imperfections inside of the diamond. And it's kind of like very hastily cut, so it's very misshapen, and it's got almost like internal cracks in it, kind of. But it is still a diamond.
I mean, I'm still going to try to use it.
And then you hear, 25. That's 250. 50 gold worth. Where did that... What'd you
Did
say?
that work? Huh?
What'd
Who
you
said?
You.
What was it? Me?
Yeah.
I said, what did that? Where did that what go? Because you just paused.
What?
What?
I don't know. I am
She
confused.
didn't say anything. I heard you start to talk about the old lady and what she was saying, and then you cut off, and then you asked, "Who? What did you say?" And Birch hadn't said anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard something come through in my... I don't know. I don't know. I'm going crazy, that's all. You hear the old lady finish counting out the diamonds. And now she is looking for you.
Oh, well, I make my way over.
Okay.
Sorry, I dropped something. Was trying to get it.
Oh, okay. I mean, I thought you were going to the bathroom, but... Okay.
I did, and then
That was fast.
I
She's
forgot
just
how
like...
to-
She squints her eyes and is just peering into you through her thick glasses and just... Oh, well. Hands you a sack of diamonds.
Back to
Awesome.
diamond.
Thanks for. Yeah, awesome. Job well done. I'm not usually the one that does this part.
I can tell. Anyway, goes back to paperwork on her desk.
Okay, I stroll out.
Roll out.
What do you do? And go find my crew.
Okay,
The
you
crew
see
is in.
Stella, Greg, and Yuri Tora, or Stella and Greg standing next to a Tui Tora that is hyperventilating behind a pillar.
What the heck did I miss? I've been gone 2 seconds.
She's been hyperventilating ever since Tuvala went to go talk to the other one.
Actual Yuri Tora.
Did you see my message, DM?
I did. I am not even gonna attempt it.
Like, attempt to say it or read it?
Yes.
I worked very hard on making that name, I'll have you know.
I love it, but I can't say it.
Yeah,
Is it
that's,
how to actually pronounce Greg's name in Grum?
Yep.
yeah. And it's
Cute.
also the lore of why he doesn't use his name.
I love that part.
Yeah.
So, where y'all going now?
To go save Pretty Boy?
Yeah!
If the party so dictates, then we go.
Greg would like to see the pretty elf man again.
Okay. Stella, what are you doing? You haven't said anything this session.
I have two.
You've said 2 sentences.
I have said
Yeah,
one
2.
sentences.
Okay, well, what do you want to do?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Stella's just along for the ride.
I honestly am only partially aware of what's happening right now.
Wait, no.
I went and
Makes
walked
sense.
dog and came back and was like,
Yes, the invisible dog that doesn't exist. Anyway,
Yep.
you just got paid for the job with the boulders. Tuvala is currently interviewing each and every one of the students that she found. Tara did a social thing, which is your... Oh, and he gone. Okay, then.
And
He
he gone.
This one, I'm gonna drink my coffee.
He back.
He
Oh
back.
no. Oh no. Ah,
no,
The most monotone panic in the world. Oh no.
Ah.
Oh no.
that's why I like playing Greg like that. I just get to talk, and that's how we are.
Well, I will say I was at least kind of keeping an eye out for when Tara was going to be done. So I
Okay.
say my goodbyes, look over to Yoritora, and just good luck in your endeavors, my dear.
Tuvala, make me a wisdom save.
It's solid.
I think it's a wisdom save. Let me double check real quick. I'm pretty sure it's a wisdom save.
You fail and you just catch on fire. I like giving my characters stupid little fears. Nihal was scared of dogs. Greg is scared of Greg.
Yeah, make me a wisdom save.
So wisdom save, I got 11.
An 11? Okay.
Yeah.
You can feel like a presence pushing into your mind.
The frick?
Oh,
Just
that's not good.
You can make me an Arcana check to see if you recognize what is happening.
Oh, jeez. 11 again.
An 11?
Mhm.
It's a... Well, wait, is it a druid thing? No, it's not a druid thing. Okay. You're not 100% sure. But... you hear a voice in your head speak up that you don't recognize. And you just hear, "You haven't told her, have you?"
do you have the death coin on you? Quick question.
I think she has both of them, right?
I have both of the death coins on me at the moment.
Good to know.
You can respond to said message in your head. And if you want, you can give me an insight check to figure out if you can figure out who this is.
Ever one to roll with the flow. I didn't see an opportunity to do so, and I rolled a dirty 20 on that insight check.
Okay. A dirty 20, taking a quick glance around at all the people around you. You see, while most people have gone back to conversations as you've started to leave the group, you feel that Kinku is just staring at you intently.
Oh, that's interesting.
It was what magic was he? 1 second.
Divination.
Divination.
Theoretically speaking, that makes sense. But also, I don't know anything about D&D divination magic.
D and divination, you mean?
D&D divination. Dippin' Dots.
Doug Dimmadome, whatever the name's.
Yeah. Whatever the dim's down, Dimmadome.
You can kind of feel as you can almost feel like vibe poking around in your consciousness. Before you hear his voice appear in your head again and goes, "Interesting."
How would
Fun.
you have handled it? Gosh, dang it.
You get no response to that. But after like 30 seconds, the kind of presence kind of fades. Who is in an
Alright.
airport terminal?
An airport terminal.
That's what I've been wondering.
That's what it sounds like. It's Wolf, but I don't know why.
It's
I
always
don't know.
cool.
There's literally no sound on my end that I could be aware of.
It goes away
have
when
an
you talk.
AC
It's
or
when you're
something?
silent for a really long time. You sound like you get into an airport terminal or a wind tunnel.
Even on a jet plane, and I don't know when I'll be back again.
I have a quick question for you. if you go to your Discord settings, your voice and video, is it set to automatically determine input sensitivity?
No,
It's not?
it is not.
Interesting. I thought it was just that was going down and down until we could just hear the buzz of existence in your room.
It is not. It is
Buzz
actually
of
not.
existence.
Interesting. I have no idea what it is then.
And I prefer having it that way. And the last time you asked this question, I changed it to this because somehow it wound up not being this.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't remember that.
It was with the Koresh because like I kept cutting out because
Gotcha. Okay.
you know
Okay.
Koresh.
So, as Tuvala walks away feeling somewhat violated by this Kenku, you all meet up out front of the building. Tuitora starting to calm down a little bit now that she is not within eyesight of one Itora.
Just say the other one's just you, Tora.
I'm kind of liking the Wanitora vibes, though.
Just wait till we get to try Tora.
Try Tora. Try Tora.
Does all she can. It's never enough. 'Cause all she can do is try.
Oof. Okay. Tara, were you trying to get to your boulder shenanigans now, or do we want to wait?
No, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. We have a pretty boy to save.
We have a
That we do. I suppose we can head that way then, having our money.
Yes, it is officially saving pretty boy time.
Okay. You all start to walk out of Taylor Break. As you're walking away from the building of the architects to Vala with your passive perception of 19.
I was
Um,
definitely going to look up.
Yeah, even with your passive perception, as you take a quick glance at the building behind you as you're walking away, it is a dark room that the window is open to, but just within it, you can see a very, very faint, like, silhouette of an owlin, and you can see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You can just see like a little bit of like an orangish red iris staring back at you.
God, were there ever a time to have sending, this would be it. Oh, well.
Actually, no, wait, that is the spell I have. Ignore me.
I think just under her breath. Another time, my dear, another time.
Okay.
I'll let it go because we have someone to save.
Okay. You all exit Taylor Break and begin the several-day journey back to Capital City. I'll say... Actually, let me roll for it. Okay. While the weather starts out good along your journey, at about the dawn of the third day, you notice the sky gets rather dark and overcast. And then later on, and towards the end of the third day of travel, there seems to be some worse weather coming your way as rain starts to pick up along your journey. But I believe on the fourth day, though it is raining, you make it back to Capital City and back to the Golden Oak Guild with Tuitora.
To the room.
Okay. Kind of walking into the tavern, you see Dia and Marilli both kind of like give you a quick nod. You see Mara's busy with customers. You see Marilli actually follows you up with a key to the room. and you all open it, and it's a, you've stayed in these rooms before. It's relatively small, but there's a bed and a closet, and you can see the pale character of Lionel. The coat has been taken off. He's just in his pressed black dress shirt that Yuritora got him for the festival, and his work pants, aka pants with holsters for far too many daggers and poisons and other mischievous rogue things.
Sorry to disturb your peace, dear, but I think we need you back.
He's
Tara,
getting them
if you'll... Sorry, what was that?
Huh?
What was that, Tara? I couldn't hear you, cut out.
I want Pretty Boy back. Disturb his peace.
If you'll hand me the diamonds.
Huh?
Diamonds.
Here you go.
Is that all of them?
Yeah.
He's about to cast a spell, right?
Yes.
Shouldn't we inform him?
Where did your beard go? It was there like 2 weeks ago.
That was 2 weeks ago. I've shaved twice since then.
Dear Lord. Gone out of nowhere. Okay.
Also, but I didn't notice.
Anyway, should we let who know?
Final.
Yeah. I suppose I should put the...
Coin.
Is there a chance that this won't work because he's in the coin?
Oh yeah, no, it will not work if you do not break the coin, because his soul is trapped in the coin.
Beautiful ideas.
That being said, breaking the coin does give you one free question that he is required to answer truthfully.
Were I to break the coin, am I then able to, like,
I'm
put
gonna ask if he
the
likes
soul
I'm gonna ask him
back
if he-
in the body, or is it a thing of like it's just gonna disappear
So-
if I let it go?
It's not going to disappear. So how it works is when you die, your soul begins its transition to one of the outer planes. His ability to turn it into a coin stops that transition.
Okay.
And so once you break it, his soul will start the transition to the outer planes again, but Revivify will grab a soul from an outer plane. Specifically,
Okay.
whatever soul is linked to said body.
Nice. Awesome.
Or it doesn't... Revivify doesn't grab from the outer planes, it grabs from the pathway to the outer plane, which is why there's a minute timer on it instead of, however long. At least that's how I've always thought about it.
Makes sense.
And then stuff like
Oh.
True Resurrection will actually grab a soul from the outer plane.
I'll be honest, I do not have a question for this man. So,
I wanna
do you
ask
have
him
any?
if he thinks I'm cute.
No.
I feel like that would be a waste,
I think I have.
Said you don't have anything better.
Yes, Stone?
What if we ask him what all he knows about this situation?
What he knows about the situation with Yuritora? Or the one about, like, how he got murked?
Oh yeah, that's that
The way
question.
it works.
Let me double check,
No,
because
I
I
feel
think it has to be a simple question.
Oh yeah, no, I was trying to figure out how to dumb that down.
So
If it's a-
going, hey, tell me everything. The answer could be no. But I will double check for you.
Is it just a yes or no question?
No, it doesn't have to be. Okay, it doesn't have to be yes or no. Oh, I'm sorry. It's under no obligation to be truthful, and it answers as concisely as possible. So he could lie, but depending on what you ask, he probably won't be, as he is eager to be free.
About to say, as far as he knows, he doesn't even know if, like, we were planning on resurrecting him. He might just,
He does not know that.
yes, I will barter to live.
Steve, he probably doesn't care about himself and situation. So asking a question about Yuritora so that we can help her stay safe, he'd probably be willing to answer that truthfully because he doesn't think he'll have the ability to anymore.
Fair. Okay, help me word this.
What do you know of the threats to Yuritora?
What do you know of the threats to Yuritora?
As much as my vote currently.
That is a pretty good idea. I like it. Anything better? Or anything else from the team?
Good question. Let's try that.
All
Okay.
right.
You reach in your pocket and grab out. You have 2 of these coins, one with a scratched out face. Or the side that would have the face on it is gouged beyond any sort of recognition. And the other one has the face of Lionel, your friend, on it.
You get your great grandpappy and put him in a coin.
What?
You heard me. You kill your great grandpappy and put him in a coin. Well, I don't know you didn't like it, man.
I don't know what you're pulling this from, but I like the energy.
Not a clue.
Yeah, I'll go ahead, take my coin. Is it like able to be snapped, or am I having?
Yeah. It's an interesting feeling because it is solid metal, but you can feel give whenever you press through the center of it.
Can break it.
About to say, back in the day, coins were actually made to be broken in certain parts, so that they could be split into different denominations.
Yeah.
I would love to let Greg break it. Then Greg would have to ask the question.
Correct.
Do you trust?
Oh, I love the boulder.
I love
Yeah.
it so much.
Goodness. Anyway, oh my God, please.
Wait, what happened? What I missed?
Look in the
It's in
Discord.
the Discord.
Yeah. But I'll go ahead and. Oh, I hope this works. Snap the coin,
Okay.
and when he appears, I'll ask the question.
Okay. You
Um,
snap the coin, and kind of out from it, you can see where you snap it in half. You kind of push your thumb through the middle of the coin, and it snaps around your thumb. And there appears to be like hollow spots in the coin, as you see like wisps of almost like dust, like dusty gray, was kind of come out of it, and you see the like almost a ethereal visage of Lionel take space in front of you. Though Tara, Stella, Greg, and Yuritora, none of you see it. Only Tuvala sees it. But you see like an ethereal visage of Lionel.
Welcome back. I have a question. What do you know of the threats to Yuritora's life?
Okay. Roll me a persuasion check.
Not my best stat. 18.
An 18. You see the almost like tired looking visage kind of breathe in for a second, goes, there are threats to many. The world is full of those who wish harm on others, including Yuritora.
She's such a sweet little
That
innocent
being
child.
said, I believe there are those within the Academy and those in places of power that wish harm to her, myself, and others in this world. before his head kind of starts to go back, and you see this like ethereal visage of his soul sink into the floor.
Horrifying.
Oh, I don't see that.
Okay. Probably the time to go ahead and cast Revivify.
Okay. You pull out all the diamonds, you just kind of pile them onto his chest, and you start going through the steps of casting the spell, and you place your hand on top of the diamonds, and you kind of feel them all melt away and almost like melt into his chest. And you cast Revivify. And I think now is the time for us to take a 15-minute break real quick.
Wait, before we take a 15-minute break, I have a really important question.
What?
Is he gonna sparkle like Edward now?
You have no idea. You'll find out after the break.
Because he doesn't want to.
Wait, what?
He wakes up and kills himself
He's not
again.
gonna come back 'cause he doesn't want to.
He's like, hell no.
Wait.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. I got excited. Midas,
What?
are you aware that our cat talks in her sleep?
No.
Wow, you have a fucking cat?
That's adorable.
Oh.
She does it, and at first I thought it was just like. At first it was just like yawning while she was still asleep. No, she talks in her sleep.
That's
So
amazing.
cute.
Okay, I'm gonna go to a 15-minute break real quick because I need bathroom and drink.
Stinky. Bye, guys.
Bye. I clicked the transition button, which should mean we're back. I think.
Is this real life?
No.
Oh, we're about to be call it D&D. Actually, more accurately, call it TTRPGs.
I'll get you.
I think we're back. I don't know.
TTRPGs, the new era. I wouldn't know. I haven't had it open tonight because it was lagging. Internet-wise, you just like to be dumb.
Okay. Oh wait, I'm gonna do a thing. I feel like I can barely hear this music.
I can hear it pretty well.
I also don't want stream to go deaf because it's so loud.
That's fair.
Okay.
So,
So,
guys, sure.
Tuvala, as you cast Revivify on Lionel, and you can all see Marilli had followed y'all up here to open the door, but Dia does also peek in, currently standing at the door, watching it happen. Tuvala, is there anything special that you would like to describe about yourself casting this spell?
This is taking a decent amount of focus and energy. Specifically, while doing this, normally whenever she casts spells, her eyes do go from her usual yellow to almost like a silver, almost sometimes encapsulating the entire pupil. Here, they're to the point of probably glowing silvery. I'd even say, were you to look hard enough above her head, you can almost see a little halo-esque moon of her deity appearing above her head as she focuses, pushing all of this magic through her hands and through her words, focusing in.
Okay. As the small, almost moon appears above your head and you cast Revivify, the diamond melts into his chest, and you feel a few seconds later the cold chest of Lionel begin to slowly rise and fall as he begins to breathe again. Still incredibly pale, incredibly cold, but you see he takes a breath that he has not taken in something like 10 days? Pretty close to that.
Magic is real!
Tuvala, give me an insight check.
Dude. Come on, baby. 21!
A
Not
21. So you just watched your friend come back to life, and you don't know what that feels like. But you see, as soon as he doesn't even open his eyes, but you see his chest starts to rise and fall before his hands kind of go up and just clutch his head. Almost looks like a bad headache.
You scared us
Before-
for a while there.
Kind of opens his eyes and looks up at you. Just doesn't say anything.
We're gonna have to mercy kill him. For all
Dear.
that hard work, I'm not
Can
mercy
you-
killing him.
Hear me?
He does. It's really hard to tell whether this is a. It's almost like he hears you, but he's not fully understanding what you're saying.
Could I try cast... What does Revivify bring them back to?
1 health. He is at 1
Okay.
HP.
Who needs to heal him?
Can I cast Healing Word?
Yeah. Easy enough. You speak a word of healing and go ahead and roll for healing.
8.
8. Okay. You see, a little bit more color comes back to him. Kind of breathes a little bit easier. He takes one of his hands off his head and kind of sits up a little bit and is just looking around the room.
Greg will go get him water downstairs.
Okay. You go get a water
Greg will
from
be right
Mara.
back, and I start slipping on my mittens.
I'm gonna like hold him
I
sitting
was
up.
about to say, I was like, Tara, you seem so excited. He's back to life.
You sit on the bed and you kind of hold him up. And he goes with it.
Like, you know, like a fainted. How
Yeah.
you would do it when he's fainted. Just
He's
kinda-
accepting your help for sure.
I don't
Why
know
is the
how
music
long it
scary?
takes for Greg to get water, so
I can hear Wolf typing.
Wolf is a nervous boy, but for good reason.
I'm halfway expecting a DM. Though I
I was
don't
also
know.
horrified when Ark said, "What does Revivify bring them back to it?" And I was like, "Are we talking like spiritual state, physical? What's happening?" Just is this only
Mechanically.
half of him?
Mechanically, I need his health.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I
Hey,
need it. I
Wolf.
was making fun of.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just getting the buzzing to stop. Thanks.
Oh my gosh.
I'm about to set a timer for every like 2 or 3 minutes.
You just need to
To get Wolf to
occasionally talk. It's so funny.
Ba, 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 ba.
Tuvala, as you're the
Wait.
only one proficient in it, make me a medicine check.
Memishim.
Greg's gonna come back with the water because I'm assuming he doesn't take forever.
Yeah. Easily enough,
14.
he takes the water and starts to drink. A 14. I mean, this is your spell. You know generally how it's supposed to work, but something seems off. It's just hard to tell what. But he doesn't seem to be fully there mentally. Tara, give me a perception
What?
check.
What if I
13.
broke the other coin?
Would you inform us if you think he's off? Actually, would I be better question? Would I be aware that he seems off?
I mean, he seems off, but I'd say that's up to Tavala because they rolled the medicine check.
I'd say because Tara's kind of like going into motherly mode and trying to like take care of him. I kind of sneak in a word to Stella about like I don't think he's all the way back.
Tara, as you're kind of like holding him up, you know, kind of rubbing his back a little bit, you
cast
feel. You cast what?
Remove curse.
Remove curse?
At your touch, all curses affecting one creature or object end. The object is a cursed magic item. Its curse remains. The spell breaks its owner's attunement to the object,
Okay.
so it can be removed.
You reach out, touch his leg, and cast Remove Curse. Nothing changes.
That is a
Oh
shame.
no.
Tara, as you're kind of like rubbing along his back, you feel almost what, like there's like a ridge in his back, and like you can feel like bumps along his back. They're not bumps, but like a small collection of like ridges on his back.
Oh no.
I politely I politely take off his shirt.
Okay, he doesn't even try to stop you, but you kind of like lift his shirt off, and you can see, and anyone who else is looking at his back, there appears to be, like almost from shoulder blade to shoulder blade, a large rune that looks like has been like cut into his back. If anyone is trained in Arcana and wants to roll to see what it is.
Not I.
I have a
can go ahead.
-1 in Arcana, so
Ugh, it was an
My
8
Arcana
anyway.
is
An
plus
8?
4. I'll do it.
Uh,
Oh, give it 8. You do it.
no, Tara, you go ahead and roll as well.
Yeah.
So Tuvala, you roll an 8. You don't recognize what this is. With a 9, Tara, while you don't know the rune, it does look infernal.
call your dad.
I call my dad. Woogie woogie woogie.
Yo, Pops, what the hell is this?
It's like when your sink breaks and you need to call your dad and ask like how to fix it.
It says that I need a threaded PVC, but what the hell is... You just hear running water in the background.
Flooded house.
Okay, what are y'all doing?
Ask my dad.
What are you asking your dad?
Hey, do you know what these runes mean?
Give me a persuasion check.
$14.
You hear back, looks like, it's just a simple spell glyph. Why?
Remember that dead friend? We brought him back, but something's not right, and these were on his back.
Interesting.
Should we be concerned?
I don't know. I don't recognize the rune.
I'll let you know what we find out.
Please do. Keep me informed.
Yeah, guys, you don't know Jack. I thought, they're infernal. I know that it's kind of infernal. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, well, you know what else was kind of infernal? There's notes in her. Well.
Let's say, can't you? Yuritora is still with us. Can she read Infernal?
Yuritora, do you know what this means?
She takes a look at it, and she is going to roll an Arcana check with disadvantage because she does not speak Infernal.
Come on, baby.
It's not that great. She goes, I mean, it's a spell glyph. I don't recognize the spell though. It's nothing we've gone over in class.
Detect magic?
Okay. Casting detect magic. Hey, Stella.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh god.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Casting detect magic. His back lights up with a very, very powerful enchantment spell like glow.
And this doesn't feel like it's part of my magic of revivifying it.
No, if I believe Revivify is not even... I think that's a different spell. Yeah, Revivify is necromancy. So there's like a small mist of necromancy in the air, but there is a very strong enchantment vibe coming from his back.
Well...
Though you do see it's like slowly fading.
Well, sadly, I wouldn't be able to cast a spell magic for at least a week.
Do I have it? Hold on.
The fading is not too dissimilar from where you initially cast a spell, and it leaves like residue. So it looks like something big happened, and you're seeing the after effect of it.
Okay, I want to take out a book and transcribe the image so I can save it for later.
Okay. Easily enough.
I'll just try to talk to him again, see if he responds. Lionel.
Okay. He just looks confused. Anything you say to him looks like it goes in one ear, out the other, and he's just... He's not able to say anything back besides, like, huh?
He's the peanut butter baby.
Did Wolf just figure out what it is?
Oh no. It-
Wolf, I need you to think about something. I know that you don't say too much because your character isn't the
Am I
brightest.
getting a DM? Is that what's happening?
But I need you to think about it. Even I have good ideas sometimes. So if you do
Eat
think
the
of
little
something,
monster.
you can
Wolf is
feel
looking
free.
something up.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigai.
Mhm.
It's plural of shenanigan.
Of course. And also a proper noun.
Well, if anyone
Yes.
hears shenanigans, it's you, my DM.
I thought I was
Perhaps.
getting insulted for a second.
Well,
You
yes,
said
but
I
actually
could-
no.
I could cast a spell and I would get the guy back, and I casted the spell.
He's back.
And now he's not. Well,
Some of them.
mostly.
He's back.
I'm missing pieces.
Would it be beneficial if we got him one of those little puzzle boxes with like the little blocks? Like the
That's
triangle
right.
and the
It
triangle
goes in the
square?
square hole.
Yeah. Would that help? Does he just need like comprehensive therapy?
Wolf is very angrily typing something.
How to kill DM.
Oh, hey, look, the Wolf Wizard 64 is typing.
How illegal is kill DM?
How illegal is kill?
Where to
Like,
hide dead
immediately
DM?
after leaving the swamp.
Where can I hire a hitman for 50 cents?
For half a penny. Oh, what's that mean?
I got the funniest DM I think I've ever gotten from him mid-game.
Fat Bear said he'll do it.
That bear's killing DM.
For 50 cents.
Fat Bear, no,
50 cents.
don't do it.
I think we should each give him 50 cents since it's Fat Bear, instead of just
Oh,
a
yes,
flat
$2.
rate.
Stella, are you muted? Because nothing is coming through.
I think I know what happened.
Stella turned off the airport and now
I
we
do
can't
not-
communicate.
But I can't remember what it's called.
You can't remember the name of the spell?
Type it in Google, it'll find it.
I'm trying. I,
It's just gonna look up D&D 5e spell that do thing.
well,
Hey, quit
Unrelated,
disclosing my method for everything.
unrelated DM.
Yes?
You know the game you're playing with like Cheshire and
Mhm.
Tiny? Cheshire is a moth-inspired fairy.
Yes.
If they ever met Greg, Greg could try to eat them.
You could also attract them to your sword by saying jazz.
Greg's just sitting there like, come on, come on.
Davala's sitting there like, if I can't eat her, neither can you.
But Greg is carnivorous, he has to.
Feeble mind.
is that the one?
Did that
That is
leave
the
us-
spell that you were talking about, yeah.
Yeah, that's the way I'm thinking it's happened here, and it is in fact enchantment.
Shivered and it cracked my neck.
Oh,
What was I looking up? I don't even remember. Frick. Dang it, Wolf, you confused me and now I'm not sure what I'm looking for.
Were you looking up how to be honest to your players?
No, absolutely not.
Why?
'Cause that sounds less
Why?
fun.
One day I have to get
If
Fish
it
in here
was,
to do his
it
like
can't be feeble
fake
mind.
cry.
That's the thing. It's like the effect's already gone. Like the magic is going away.
Well, the initial casting of whatever has happened is gone.
Would it help
Right.
if I brought him a second glass of water?
You
Feeble
can
mind
certainly
kinda
try.
just stick around until they pass the saving throw on it.
I think it's very
There are
funny
ways
to
to get rid
imagine-
of feeble mind.
Yeah, like once a month is a saving throw for it.
I think it's funny to imagine all the magic users congregating, trying to figure out what to do, what to cast, what the problem is, and I'm like, 2 glasses of water.
Yo, I bet I know a person who has dispel magic. Yuri Tora, maybe?
I actually don't think she does.
Really?
No, you're a Taurus squared.
Okay. Dispel magic.
Well, the thing is, though, awesome. There's a chance that might not work.
I
that-
know.
Okay,
Well, what
are you casting it?
What else can I do? Yeah, I'll cast dispel magic.
It's like,
Okay,
Well,
mark
wait,
off the spell slot.
Greg, suggest.
Will that undo the revivify?
Greg
No,
has a question for the magic users in the group.
Mm-hmm.
The spell is cut into his back. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
but not the one I sent.
What if we skin him? Just
No.
a little bit.
Not a good idea.
just a little
Just
bit.
a little bit. Just go around the edges and peel it off, and it's not there anymore.
It's
greater
probably
restoration.
deeper than that.
Well, we'll be able to see that when the skin's gone.
Greater restoration could help, maybe?
Great.
I don't think any of us can use that magic.
I don't think y'all aren't that high at level.
It's not that high of a level. It doesn't.
Or won't
we
you
don't
let
know
me
people
murder
who are-
Hobo?
Oh, actually, Stella, give me an Arcana check.
Why?
Because I can?
Or won't you guys let me murder Hobo?
I know nothing of magic, man.
What, did you roll really bad?
A 2, like a nat 2.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't have a modifier on that stat, so it's just the 2.
Greg randomly roll for something even though I have absolutely nothing beneficial. All
yeah,
my like
Greg,
magic
roll
shit
an
is
Arcana
negative.
check. Roll an
Okay,
Arcana
that's
check,
an-
Greg.
Like everyone here is being like, "Do we know the thing?" And all the magic people are like, "This is dumb." Greg, nat 20s is like, "Yo,
It
it's
wasn't
really
a 20,
simple.
but it was a 19. But I've got a. I think it's a -1. It might be a 2. You said Arcana?
Yeah,
Greg
it's a
walks up.
minus
It's a
one.
-1, so I
Minus.
got an 18.
I'm not even mad.
I mean, I don't even know, like... With an 18, you said?
-1.
Is it? Wait, no.
He
18 was
really
come on.
stupid. I mean... I will say this. Because you do not speak the language of the rune,
Yeah.
and you are not magically trained whatsoever, what you gain from this stupid high check is this. From a mechanical standpoint, his intelligence and his charisma have been both reduced to 1.
I'm gonna like look at it and be like, I heard about something like this from a guy at a bar once. I think he's stupid now.
Yes, dear. I surmised that.
You see, he's
You're
just
welcome.
drinking the second glass of water.
Is he at least smart enough to take care of himself? Is the question. I didn't think
Well,
so.
Tara,
Intelligence of 1.
Look, I've
Yeah,
I figured
one.
you could like him kind of stupid.
Greg can like him stupid, but Greg would prefer to like him as Lionel.
yeah.
You said that Morelli followed, and then Dia's like
Uh,
in the doorway.
Yeah, both of them are there. Marilli is in the room with you. Dia's like just inside the door.
This is my first time casting this spell. To my knowledge, I did it right. Do either of you have any ideas as to what might have happened?
I have 0 ideas. I've never used a spell like this.
Thing on his back.
I was
Wait,
talking
what?
to Dia and Morelli. Thank you.
That's why I included there's a thing on his back.
You see Marilli like comes over and looks at his back and goes, "Well, yeah, that would probably do it." Dia kind of follows over and looks and goes, "Does anyone recognize it?"
My dispel magic didn't do anything.
You cast a spell magic, nothing happens.
Gosh dang it.
You see Marilli pops detect magic just like you and goes, "Whatever it is, it just happened. Because the spell is still there. So
It just happened. Like, what do you mean just happened? Like, post death happened?
well, I mean,
Survival?
it depends on what spell was actually cast, but based on, you know, what I'm seeing here, and I assume what Tuvala saw, this spell was just cast, like, I would
I look up-
presume when he was brought back.
Can I look out the window and see if I see anyone out there? Like,
Give me a
casting
perception
spell?
check.
That I'm good at. Got big old eyes.
Big ol' eyes.
25.
25? You don't see anyone.
Why?
Dia kind of speaks up and goes, well, either someone had line of sight to him when you brought him back, or I know that there are spells that can hold other spells, but I don't know if that would work in this situation, considering he was dead.
I was wondering that myself. Can I? They had
You
to have seen him.
pretty
do
boy
it.
back.
What was that, Tuvala?
They had to have seen him to do it, right?
Unless they...
Not
if they cast it just now, then yes. If they cast a spell to store the spell that just went off, then no. If they had access to him at any time, then they could have cast it. But we didn't give anyone the key, as they kind of look to each other. I mean, maybe someone... I don't know.
Yuritora.
Yeah?
I know you have the capability to, or at least the other you has the capability to teleport in and out of places. Do you think that you might have come in here for some reason?
I mean, I came in here when, just before I came to the apiary to go with you. The other me, I'm not sure, but I think that, I wouldn't think that she would have come here. I mean, she didn't even know, as far as I know.
Could this possibly be a side effect of the thing that attacked you?
She's trying to remember. Hey, Stella.
Yeah.
Thanks. I came back super fast that time. Dang it. She is thinking back. She goes, I doubt it. I mean, I just thought it was like a wolf or a bear. I didn't think it was anything too crazy.
Don't believe that. Can I do an insight check?
On who?
Iritora.
On your turret? Sure. Roll a insight check.
Oh, well, that's gonna
On
suck. What's my
Tuatora.
modifier? My modifier is a +0, so it's a 9.
A 9? I mean, as far as you can tell, she seems to be telling the truth.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man.
That's the vibe right now. I mean,
Yeah, a little bit.
thought I fixed him,
You kinda did. You're no longer on a timer.
but he's got the poo brain.
I mean, yeah, a little bit. But, you know, what can you do?
If we can find someone who can cast Greater Restoration, we should be able to.
Fair enough.
Or Marilli, do you know anyone who might be able to cast Greater Restoration? Or something along those lines?
Sorry, I was reading what classes have it.
Oddly enough, we actually have 2 classes in the party that have it, but neither one of us are high enough level.
Correct, because it is a 5th level spell. Also, my
I think
face
it's like
is just
we used
white.
2 or 3 levels before Noah can get it, and then an extra one for me. Because I'm multi-classed. To be fair, we could also maybe cast it if we found a scroll version of it. I think.
Here we go. I think you still have to be a high enough level to cast it, but I'm not 100% sure.
Either. There's some sort of requirement with that. I mean, you could always get the spell tattoo thing, in which case it doesn't matter.
Yeah. She goes, let me find out. And you see she walks out the door. Marilli does. You see she actually walks down the hallway towards the set of stairs that goes up to the 3rd story.
Yeah, at the very least, if we needed to go on yet another quest to try and de-infantilize him, would you all be able to watch over him again? Try to take care of him?
I mean, he's welcome to stay here. I mean, obviously we have our daily duties, but we can try. And if Yuritora wants to stay to help, that would be greatly appreciated, as, you know, we're busy enough. Watching a dead body is easier than watching a living one.
I do not trust her.
Tora.
You don't trust Yuritora?
Not this one.
That's an eerie thing to say, she says, looking at Yuritora. What?
That's a long story.
Okay, fair enough, I guess.
Ask the young lady to tell you while she stays to care for her brother.
Wait, what'd you say?
Oh, I just said ask like Yuritora to tell you later on while she's watching him.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think this one's gonna try to kill him.
This one. Wait. You see G. Ah, my brain.
I don't think that Tui Tora is gonna try to kill Lionel.
You think a 1E is going to try and kill Lionel? Because that's what that implies.
No, he's implying that there's another Yuritora.
No, I
yes,
think
the
One Tora is trying to
Tritora.
kill him.
Look, Tritora may attempt
They come
it.
together and it's like a Hydra beast.
It's a try only.
The BBEG is just a Yuritora Hydra. It's just a Hydra, but all of the necks and faces are Yuritoras.
Turns out this entire time that Yuritora is one of the deities everyone worships, but wanted to have an actual life, so was born on the planet as Yuritora.
Was born on the planet and then got immediately accused of murder. Yuritora, do you know why your other self would make a copy?
Let me actually roll to see if she knows.
The DM thinks it's
Oh,
cool.
she rolled really good. Okay. The way it was explained to me was, so that she could be in two places at once. So she could be here and do fun stuff, but also she could be there and focus on her studies, and then we kind of we occasionally do like a catch up where she teaches me more magic and I teach her about stuff with like Lionel and you guys, and yeah.
That is a very strong spell. And she just keeps it going.
Oh, I'm not 100% sure how it works, but it's not like she's constantly casting this spell. But yeah, kind of, I guess.
She's getting help from somewhere.
Where were you a few weeks ago? I
A
think it's
few
been
weeks ago, I was in the town.
Whenever we went with Lionel to on a quest to get an artifact or something.
Oh, I just stayed
Oh.
here, cause, yeah.
Were you the Uratora that was going back and forth to that house in town?
Yeah, that's where I was staying until, someone came and was creeping me out. So then I got Lionel to go back and look at it. But then apparently that was y'all. So that's my bad. Kind of feel like, oh, this is my fault. But I've been trying to ignore it and suppress that thought. But yeah. I was staying there because the first Uritora has been staying at the academy to further her magic. And then I just kind of try to keep her updated on life outside the tower, and she teaches me more magic. I can't complain.
Do you know what spell was used to bring you here?
No, but I know that, dispelling it is not a good idea for me.
Does Lionel know of you doing this? Having two of yourself?
I'm not actually sure. I never told him, but the first one may have told him. I don't remember.
Tavalla's just scratching her head at the logistics of like, if this spell's ever undone, this girl just dies.
Yes, that's why she did not want you to cast spell magic.
Oh god.
She would have just died if her counterspell failed.
It's kind of that thing of like, animation magic is more evil than necromancy. Because necromancy, you're bringing something back from the dead, but animating is just deciding something is now alive. And it has to live being a being that's not meant to be alive.
Turns out Tuitora is made from the bones of the enemies.
You know,
She's what?
this makes me wonder if there's something worse.
Then animation magic?
Oh, in regards to like making things alive.
Oh. I would
Yes.
say enchantment is much worse than any of those.
See, I was gonna suggest putting something in tap dancing class.
Fair enough.
Tappity tippity tap. Well, yeah.
I'm almost tempted to try and do something else because I'm utterly stumped on this. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
we could
Let's
try
just
to like.
see if we can, he can just be done for a little while and maybe we can solve problems as we go.
I mean, I know Wolf said it earlier, but Stella probably doesn't know. The spell is something that is either high level to get rid of, or he just repeats the save every 30 days. And eventually, if he passes, he's smart.
Yeah, but none of us are really high level.
Yeah, so you could just leave him to make the saves.
Wait, what did you say about the
Until-
spell price?
if you're high enough level, you can cast something like Greater Restoration, or there's a few spells that undo Feeble Mind.
I think the ones that are listed on those Greater Restoration, Heal, and Wish.
Mm-hmm. The lowest level of which is Greater Restoration, which is level 5, which I believe, what do you need to be, level, like... I forget what level you need to be to cast that.
8, I think. Maybe 9.
Is it 8?
When is
It's
the
8 or
next
9.
time you meet up with the other Yuratora?
We don't really schedule it. We just she'll either message me or I'll message her when something interesting happens, and then we kind of just meet up. You get 5th level spells at level 9.
When Lionel sends sending messages, which one gets it?
Typically her.
Typically.
So
Yeah, I think I've
what-
gotten like 1, but yeah, they all go to her.
What would somebody gain from making Lionel feeble-minded? He must be aware of something, maybe even just something that happened right before he got attacked, that this person doesn't want getting out.
Well, I know he was like investigating a bunch of stuff, like it's part of his job at the guild is he's in dealings with bad people, so I don't know, maybe he uncovered a secret or a clue and they didn't want it getting out, and then so they feeble-minded him or they made him stupid so that he couldn't continue that? I'm not really sure.
It sounds like the best theory we have to go on right now.
That would be my
Like Greg
theory.
gets to beat someone up.
Quite possibly, my dear, yes.
You see Marilli comes back, Marilli had gone up, comes back down the hallway, and Dia kind of steps into the hallway, and they're talking for a second, before Dia goes downstairs, and Marilli kind of pokes her head and goes, okay, so Atir, the, like, founder of the guild and owner of the guild and stuff, he actually might know some people. He's going to be reaching out to them over the next couple days. But Dia and I have some work to get back to. If you need our help, come get us. If not, we're going to be down there working. But yeah. Bye! And she ducks down the hallway.
Yuritora is unaware of what's happened so far for her. Like the actual Yuritora. The one Etora.
As far as you know.
It's weird saying actual Yuritora when they're both Yuritora. It's like,
They are both Yuritora.
they're both actual Yuritora.
I
Oh.
am... All I can think of, just purely because he's on the mind at the moment, is my enemy, who I thought I sensed the presence of, or saw evidence of, in the other town, can transform into animals like myself. He might have even tried to turn into something like a bear that could have attacked Lionel. I don't really have a motive, but
Lionel was working for the guild. They probably have record of whatever mission he went on.
That's
true
true.
enough, yeah.
Why would he have had Yuritora if he was on a mission?
If you remember
The
correctly,
same
he
reason
went to go
we went
get
to the post office
Yuritora.
together.
He went to
He
go
did.
get Yuritora and bring her back to the guild to meet y'all for drinks, which is when they got attacked.
Could we
So it's not the-
see like a list of things, or like the last mission he went on though? Like I know when he got attacked, but
Sure. Looking at you go down and you ask Dean Marilli, the last few missions that he has been on, obviously he did the one down in the forest with y'all. Before that, he probably went to the Northern Plains. seemed like some small job. Investigating like a disappearance of someone, though you don't recognize the name. And that was probably about a month and a half ago. And then even farther back, he had gone over to the Eastern Shores to investigate some ruins. He came back empty-handed from that one, though, is what they said.
We almost went on that mission.
Almost
I
isn't quite.
mean, ruins might have magical symbols, which could curse people.
They do inform you he went to the job at the ruins that y'all got, like that y'all saw, was there was movement in one of the ruins. His mission was different. His was just an excavation mission. And that was several months ago at this point. Though they do tell you, like, you know, he does his own jobs as well, his own side things, as well as, like, his own investigations. He does other work then just for with the guild, but those are kind of his most recent guild jobs.
Okay.
Greg is back.
Welcome back.
Back again.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm stumped, and Brain says give. Brain says give break. I'm stumped. Cannot figure out.
Yeah, this is a problem we could just kind of come back to. I mean, he's breathing.
He do be breathing.
You're no longer on a 10-day timer is the big thing.
Right, yeah, so we can just think it over. Try to, you know, maybe even do something else and clear our heads. Doesn't feel the best morally, but it's not like there's much else we can do.
Yeah.
Stella?
Yes.
Hello, are you with us?
I thought the static claimed you permanently.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Oh god, the static got him.
No, I'm good. Right
Just
now.
to poke and prod a little bit,
Just
you do have Tuvala's quote-unquote enemy. There's movement in the ruins. There's those strange pieces of paper that you know where a couple of them are, but you don't know what they are. What else is
I was
there?
thinking about that. Because that's infernal. What's happening with Lionel's infernal.
Well, almost infernal. It's like barely ancient infernal.
Whoever
Infernal
cast this
thing.
spell only used something that was barely ancient. I harass you because I'm legally required to.
Ah, yeah, is that what it is? You could also go back and talk to Linda.
I was thinking about that.
You feel like role playing an old lady?
Sure, why not?
Always.
Just
Here's
so
the true call.
a recap, like, of the entire events that have just transpired over the last like week is told to Linda. A long sip of my tea directly after. Cold. Was talking way too long before taking a sip.
Can we, like, can it be canon that Linda is, Al from Deadpool? I kind of look
Is
the
that the
same.
old lady from Deadpool?
Yeah.
Yeah, except she's elvish and also not blind, but yeah, kinda.
Is she a crackhead?
Point Glock moves over.
She a crackhead?
No. She really likes
Oh.
tea, and she has a mirror dimension in her house.
We all have our own stuff going on.
Doesn't have a mirror dimension in their house that has smiling god portraits.
Yeah.
Didn't one of them like acknowledge me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which god was that?
That was the,
The
Dawn
Dawnbringer?
Mother. Or the Dawnbringer. Mother
That was the
Dawn, the Dawnbringer.
Recall correctly, I bowed
Mama
back.
Light.
And it bowed back.
Yeah, someone bowed to it and it bowed back, but I thought it was Stella.
I thought it was me too.
Maybe. Okay.
You
There's
guys
also a
watch this
cryptid
corpse.
and
We're
then-
going to get tea.
Were you talking about the cryptid in the woods?
Yeah, I was like, there's also a cryptid, there's also the Cursed Isle, there's also a giant Moontide jungle that y'all could explore, there's also the Steppe Desert, which y'all haven't explored yet.
Very end of the game turns out it's all a
Zavala and I
dream,
both
we've
from,
been
like-
slowly being eaten away by some Lulip or Eldritch horror.
Didn't you get hints on the paper where to get some of the pieces, Tara?
Yeah.
Wasn't some of them in the Steppe Desert?
There was at least one in the Steppe Desert, there was one in Taylor Break. And then there was one in the Northern Plains, one in the Eastern Shores.
I only thought about it after we left Taylor Break, if I'm being honest.
I figured.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot.
Yeah.
I
Hot dead
was
guy
thinking.
takes precedence over a small piece of paper.
I'd be fine going back to Taylor Break. It'd be a little bit redundant. Otherwise, Steppe Desert sounds interesting. Plus, I'd get to pry into more of Tara's life.
Right.
I mean, there's not a lot of my life that went on there, but sure.
Okay.
BBG battle begins.
Oh, that began long ago. You
10
just
days
didn't know.
into the battle.
What?
BBG chucks off his chains, looks the party in the eye, and goes, "Seems I'll have to use my final form." Turns out it's just Linda. The entire time.
Linda, no.
I'd be so
Linda,
heartbroken.
yes.
But also, like, fuck it up, you know? She
Fuck.
deserves it.
I'm just gonna mess with everyone and be like, in one of my campaigns, just look at the entire party, be like, yes, you've already met the BBEG.
Nice.
Screaming.
I swear though, the worst thing you could probably do to a party is get like some sweet old lady like this, get the party to love them, adore them, and then make them the BBG fight.
Well, Linda is not my current plan for the BBEG, but also, I also have a couple of different BBEGs in mind, depending on which way y'all take the story.
Don't worry. Stella evolves into the BBG.
It's just Greg, and you all have to fist fight him.
Don't worry, whatever you plan, we'll mess it up.
You know, it's not,
I'm
not
sure.
a bad idea. After all, I'll be just fine fist fighting Greg.
Is it?
Even if you is spicy.
He's spicy, but he also did 35 damage on his first swing with his base weapon.
Is it?
He also has a
possible
flaming sword.
Well,
I'm
you
sorry,
see,
what?
If we went to the Moontide Jungle, especially if we like went to where my people are, is it possible that I could learn something that could help fix the stupid?
Yeah, probably.
Greg just praying we don't run into his side of the Moonside jungle.
I mean, we just
They are
level
on
up.
opposite sides.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. He's like, we better not get lost.
It's gonna be ages before we can get this guy back on our feet our way, because I level up 3 times.
Well, it's not like we're gonna level up, you know, doing what we're doing.
That's true.
We gotta kill stuff.
You don't have to kill stuff.
We
Because
do.
we don't use XP here.
All I know is we kill stuff, and then like a week later, an hour before session, I get a text that says, "Oh, by the way, you guys leveled up."
Oh yeah, I love doing it. It's my favorite part.
I can't. I'm sorry. Only reason I'm asking is because I am in other games, and I lose track of which ones we leveled up in recently and which ones we haven't.
I don't remember. I think y'all leveled up after the cryptid thing.
I believe so.
I feel like we would have leveled up after the boulders if somebody was there.
You're welcome.
You can't change what's in the past now, can you?
There's also the
Yeah, well,
Whirlpool
that's what
Wizarding
Ryan
Academy
said.
that y'all could explore. Granted, that's a little bit harder to get into.
We already.
And they also don't like us there.
Yeah, they've
That's
kicked us
fair.
out already.
I'd argue they let us in.
They
And
did
then
do
they
that,
kicked us
and then
out.
they kicked you out.
So you can argue all you want. They didn't want me there.
Just get on a boat and just head to the edge of the world.
I might.
No, I saw the edge of the world. It's scary.
Let's go to the blood place. Blood for the blood god. Or
The
whatever.
blood place?
Yeah, the blood place.
Oh,
Out
you mean
west.
the island?
Are you talking about the Cursed Isle?
Where else would I be talking about that is a blood place and in the top left of the map?
Oh, I didn't hear the top left part. I just heard blood place, and I was like, how does he know about the blood place?
I mean, we could.
Hello?
How does he know about the blood place? I mean, so I like the idea of the cursed isle. I think we're gonna die if we go to the cursed isle.
If you
we
look
don't-
very carefully, there is kind of a creature on the map next to the Cursed Isle.
Yeah, that's why I think we're gonna die.
We can tame it and make it our pet, and then it'll do all the fighting for us, and we'll never have to fight again.
What's kind of funny is
Sure.
if you look at the cursed isle, the shape of the island, it kind of looks like a big headless dead guy.
Oh, I thought it looked kind of like a chicken.
Well, a headless chicken, either way.
Yeah, like the ones you buy in the store, like a chicken.
Yeah, it's just Lionel.
Besides, if you want to talk about it that
mean-
way, the entire map looks like a big guy without a head.
Well, I say that.
Oh,
Okay,
Tuvala, do you give the other coin back to Lionel, or do you keep it?
I'm not handing it to him. He might
Okay.
like eat it or something.
Um,
Wait, and it just has like a skull on one end.
Yeah,
No
it's-
one give
it's got
Lionel
the skull.
right now.
So every one of his tokens has a skull on one side and then a picture of the person's face on the other. But on the face side of this coin, it has been scratched out to where you can no longer see the face.
I break it.
Don't worry. We'll
Do
just
you?
cast reincarnate on the coin.
Do you break it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You break
Yeah,
it or
what
you
is
that?
break it.
You snap the coin in your hand again. No one else can see it, but you see a gray smoke-like or a dust gray visage appear before you of a kind of slightly overweight, middle-aged human guy standing there.
Okay.
You have one
Hey.
question.
Is it a human guy?
Yeah, it's a
Father.
human guy.
One question. Who the frick are you?
The father.
Um,
That is my guess. After all, if it was her, Jerry Tor is a half elf.
It's good. Do you know what happened to Lionel? And it goes, no, and disappears.
yeah, that's what I don't want to. I mean, it's not like the coin has any kind of sentience while they're in there.
Not at all.
Okay.
Oh, so basically,
We also don't know how long it's been in the coin.
what? Just ask what
How-
year is.
How are you associated with Lionel?
Just who? Wee. um.
Watch him just not
associated
be
with Lionel.
He just goes, who the fuck is Lionel? And disappears.
Like, I'm assuming Lionel murdered him.
I assume it's the father.
Which he
And
might have murdered.
I was gonna say I agree with the murder idea though. Okay, you say how were you associated with Lionel? Roll me a persuasion check. As he is under no obligation to be truthful.
It's
What?
a 3.
Okay. And then give me a perception check.
Oh, one I can actually roll. I rolled the wrong one. Hold on. 18.
Okay. You see the like fat middle-aged guy that's kind of slightly balding. You see him smile, and he just says, "A friend of the family." Before you watch like 4 or 5 like red spectral hands, come up out of the ground and like grab onto him and start dragging his soul into the ground.
Oh,
Oh,
going at that.
That's terrifying. Oh no. It's like on that one show where the guy like doesn't perform his like rites of getting murdered, so he gets killed, and then just all of a sudden things start dragging him to hell, and he was like, huh, he actually had a lot of proof.
You specifically saw a hand grab like his leg, one grabbed at the back of his like torn shirt. You saw one come up and like grab the back of the neck, but the fingers wrapped all the way around the throat before dragging him down. Yeah.
I mean, I know what he looks like at least. I got nothing else, but
If you want, you can make me a religion check based on
Oh,
what the
let's-
frick you just saw.
yeah, let's see what deity took him to the briny deeps.
Yeah, I saw.
12.
A 12? You get the strange sense that it is one of the lower planes.
Wow.
Yeah. It's not a
I
very
wonder
good roll.
what meant that.
Nothing could have ever made us predict that. You just
You're Tora. I can ask her a question.
She was still in the room, but you can go back up and ask if you want.
Yeah, so I was gonna go back up
Okay.
and ask her.
My bad.
I didn't clarify. Do you happen to know, gives description of this old balding fat man?
No. I don't recognize the description of him, at least.
Said he was a friend of the family.
Okay.
Personal question: are y'all in good standing with your family?
Our family's like dead.
I thought about it last second.
Yeah, my
Anyway,
mom
how's
died.
your mom?
My mom died
Wait.
like 7 years ago. I never knew my dad, and then I think Lionel's dad is still alive, but they're not on good terms, and I've never met him.
Does Lionel ever talk about anyone in particular that he's happy is gone or that he took out?
No, he typically doesn't talk about people that he's murdered with his little sister.
Hey, fair enough. I don't know. People get chatty when they've had too many ales in them.
That's fair, but he's typically pretty tight-lipped about stuff like that, thankfully. I do not want to know that number.
Do you like to
He's
know
pretty-
Greg's number?
He's typically pretty tight-lipped. Looks over at him in the bed. Apple.
Hum.
Can't say Apple. He's not that smart.
Apple.
But if you would like, you may all take kind of, now that you're not on a quick time crunch, if y'all want, you do have a week to take a long rest at your apiary that you bought.
Should we bring Lionel with us and just put him in one of the rooms?
I thought he was staying at the guild.
Well,
with
I'm
his-
saying while we're still in town. Because
Okay,
it's only as people can check on him. And if we're
We-
mostly hanging out in the house for a week, we can at least always have someone there.
You know Yuri Tora's gonna stay with him, so...
yeah.
No, I know, but still.
The question is, do we want to bring Yuri Tora with us to the apiary to take care of her brother?
I wouldn't be opposed to it, though. Whenever we're not around, it might not be.
I want to bully her into telling the other one.
Do you?
The party has suggested they don't wish for it to happen, but I personally do.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say roll an intimidation check.
I mean, now that he's not dead, hey,
And
we
have
fixed
a
him.
+4.
From a financial perspective, it would be best for him to be in our place, but from a safety perspective, would it be?
I don't know. I don't think that this one's gonna do anything, and I don't think that she has direct communication with actual Yuri Tora or anybody else for that matter.
No, so
So I think that she's good.
Birch and I do need to go to bed, so I'd like
Oh,
to
me too.
call the session.
we can decide all this stuff next time.
Yeah, I was gonna say the reason I was kind of pushing for a long rest was so that we could end the session there, and then y'all can decide where to go next session or before next
Yeah.
session, preferably, so that we don't have 20 minutes of this at the beginning of next session.
But that's
Right.
the fun part.
I mean, I don't mind it. I just, you know.
Yeah.
Clunk.
So as y'all
Fair.
go ahead and take a long rest, and then we will pick up there next week. And then let's see. So next week we'll pick up there. The week after that, Birch and I will be back down there. So we'll be traveling that week. We probably won't be able to play that week, but then hopefully, I will have my setup down at the new house, fully fixed up. By the time that we travel next, so we will have to skip less sessions due to travel, hopefully.
Okay.
But with that being said, thank you so much, stream, for coming and watching and supporting us. Thank you all for playing. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a bit of a weird session, at least to me, but hope everyone enjoyed it. Thanks for playing, thanks for watching, and see y'all next time. Bye, stream.
Yeah.